So for the few centenarians that live in Hawaii, they will continue to be able to smoke legally.
They can enjoy a smoke for the last few years.
And they can run to the store for you to get a pack of cigarettes, too. So they'll be slow, but they'll get there eventually, I hope.
Free Talk Live.
Hawaii News Now reporting on, and you're from Hawaii for those just tuning in. In 2016, Hawaii became the first state in the nation to ban the sale of cigarettes to anyone under the age of 21. Now lawmakers are looking at even tougher prohibitions around cigarette sales. Under a proposal before the state legislature, cigarette sales would be effectively banned outright by 2024.
Ridiculous.
For everyone. No cigarette sales whatsoever. Now, I don't know if it's just cigarettes or if it's going to include cigars.
In the legal market, at least.
That would be a gangster's paradise.
You mean moving in on illegal cigarettes?
Selling cigarettes there. Yeah, you'd make a fortune. My God,
Sure
you think
would.
you make a lot of money off
Off weed.
and cocaine. My God, when people have to get their cigarettes on the black market.
Yep. The price will go up.
Yeah.
The ban would go into effect progressively, starting with raising the minimum age for buying cigarettes to the age of 30 in the year 2020. By 2022, they would raise that to 50, so no one under the age of 50 would be able to buy cigarettes. And then 2 years later, no one under the age of 100 would be allowed to buy cigarettes. So for the few centenarians that live in Hawaii, they will continue to be able to smoke legally.
They can enjoy a smoke for the last few years.
And they can run to the store for you to get a pack of cigarettes, too. So they'll be slow, but they'll get there eventually, I hope.
I had some friends who got wiped out in the 21 increase.
Really?
Right? Like they were old enough. They were 19 or 20.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, the very next day, they had to find someone else to buy their smokes again. How ridiculous.
Yeah, and the cops, of course, can just stop you on the street if they think that you're under the age of 21 and use what their opinion is about how you look as probable cause to conduct a search.
I would imagine.
Yeah, which I find that to be particularly legally questionable, but very few people who end up in that circumstance are going to actually challenge the ticket. They're just going to pay it, and they're just going to move on.
That's what Rich Paul was saying earlier with the 97% plea out.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Exactly.
Even on little things like that, if you don't fight them, all of a sudden it's just another tool.
It's an automatic win for them. The measure is House Bill 1509. They say it's a long shot here. It passed its first reading last week, a procedural hurdle, and has been assigned to committees, but it doesn't yet have a hearing. That doesn't mean it won't get one, especially after news of the proposal started generating headlines nationally. The authors of the bill, 2 Democratic representatives and a Republican, so it's bipartisan, say the proposed ban simply makes sense.
Democrats and Republicans hate us for our freedom.
One of the people, I don't know if they cite who it was, says, quote, "The cigarette is considered the deadliest artifact in human history," they write. I would say that's government.
Tell that to the people in Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Right.
Or the millions killed by their government. The nation
Exactly.
state is the most
worst.
deadly artifact in history.
The cigarette is an unreasonably dangerous and effective productive, I think they mean product, killing half of its long-term users. Well, I mean, everybody is going to die eventually, so I mean, is it the cigarettes that did it or something else?
In the long run, we're all dead.
George Burns made it to 100 as a regular tobacco smoker, right? So
Yeah.
Didn't he credit that the cigar a day?
to his longevity. Some 13% of Hawaii adults are smokers. That's lower than the national average of 17%. Hawaii also has one of the nation's highest cigarette taxes at $3.20 a pack. And more than a decade ago, the Hawaii legislature significantly expanded smoke-free zones and included e-cigarettes in the same prohibitions 3 years ago, which is a stupid thing to do. The e-cigarettes, of course, have been very helpful for a lot of people who had significant addictions to nicotine. They got off of smoking, they moved to the e-cigarettes, and a lot of them stayed there. Some people went back, but a lot of them stayed with the e-cigarettes, and they like it. Rich, you've got the e-cigarette in your hand right now, although you've been back on tobacco smoking as of late.
Yeah, I actually just recently rebought this. I lost my last mod, so it kind of reminds me of when I studied scuba diving.
Mm-hmm.
There's a time when you're underwater and you don't really believe that you can breathe, and your body wants you to get out of the water and get this thing out of your mouth so you can breathe. And then after a while, you kind of relax into it, and your body says, "Okay, I can get the oxygen down here, so it's cool."
And you're saying this is like that?
And this is like that in that, you know, your body attaches chemicals and the results of chemicals to flavors and artifacts, and so you're retraining the body to associate something else with nicotine.
Let's go to Alfred in Ulfo. I don't know where that is. Alfred, you're on Free Talk Live, watching us on twitch.lrn.fm. Alfred? Hello?
Yeah, hello?
You're on the air.
Hey. Yeah, awesome. Hi. I just subscribed on Twitch, so I can
Thank you.
chat as well. So you guys were talking about vaping, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm actually a vapor myself, and I heard you talk about like the black market and cigarettes and stuff, so I thought that was interesting, so I wanted to join into the conversation. And you said it's hard to get into vaping, you know. It's not just about like adjusting to how you ingest the smoke, but it's also like it's a lot of technical aspects as well that I think are holding people back from getting into it as well. What do
You think
guys
it's a technical aspect that's holding people back from vaping?
Yeah, like at least like I live in Norway. We don't have dual pods there, like at the same level.
Oh, you're in
guys have.
Oslo.
So
okay, I couldn't. They didn't
Yeah,
type in the
Norway,
city
Europe.
correctly. They spelled it Ulfo. Like, where is Ulfo?
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'm from Norway, so it's like 4 a.m. here.
No. Okay, so yeah, thanks for sticking with us late there. Now, so what is the situation there in Norway with vaping?
So we have like 2 shops in like the capital of Norway. We have like 2 shops that actually sell vaping equipment. So it's hard to get into.
I see.
But once you're in, you get a lot of help, and there's like a large community around it, and it's great.
Do you think it's a good thing that it's
hard to get
difficult
into
to get
for
into
beginners.
vaping?
Yeah, and we don't sell nicotine products at all. You have to add it yourself.
Okay. Because one of the things that concerned me about the article, it was the 13% of adult smokers. Like, who's going to stand up for those people? Because they're obviously outvoted in the majority.
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern, live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.